right, all right, all right, all right. All right. All right, calm down, everyone. I can't actually tell if anyone's even watching. All right, so it's almost New Year's. It's not quite New Year's. I actually got a message from Cyber and said, are you doing the live stream on the 31st? And I think he was referring to as New Year's Eve. And I'm actually not, because it's the 30th, right? New Year's Eve is actually tomorrow. But what I forgot was he's in Australia, so it is New Year's Eve morning for him right now, which is a great day to sleep in, I would say. Anyways, got a couple of things I had to do. I've got to work on a cover, and I've been a bit unmotivated for it. Some kind of alien creature. I don't know if I like these appendages, these little horns. Maybe I just leave them off. But did I make him a little bit too human looking? Maybe I could make him take these muscles out. Maybe he looks a little bit more alien or something. Let me so hang on just a moment. We're going to put some looping music on here if it works. And if it works, it works. Okay. It does work. It's a bit too loud for me, but I'll just turn it down a bit. My question is, what do I do in the background? Maybe I should really be looking at other. I was thinking maybe some spaceships flying in the background. There was a particular role-playing game I used to have called Universe RPG by SPI. It didn't have aliens in it at all whatsoever, but it had a very classic cover. And the cover was sort of, well, what I should do is I should come up with some kind of spaceship design. And they're kind of flying by in the background. Something like that. Hang on. I don't know what it is about the holidays this year. I've been so very unmotivated. So, in the premise of this game is pretty cool. You're either going to be like on a capture or like a recovery mission for these alien spacecraft. And I have an idea also. I think I've kind of mentioned the snow globe idea, which is still an idea. But Mickey Mouse is going into the public domain as well. Pete the Cat is already there. He's already in the public domain. And so is Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. I want to make him more skeletal looking. Like make him look a little bit more I don't know. What's the secret of that? You know, the H.R. Geiger alien. Could it be smaller eyes instead of bigger eyes? That looks definitely eviler. More eviler. Or something like that. And the other question is, what do I do with the spaceship zooming by? Like doing a whole spaceship design. Is that beyond my... Is that beyond my thing? I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Independence Day alien. What did the Independence Day aliens look like? I seem to recall they had these kind of tentacle-looking things. I want a little bit of that same idea. Something like that. I don't know, my mind is stuck in the 1950s and 60s when it comes to science fiction. I want it to be like the old fantasy and science fiction magazine or Amazing magazine or something like that. Oop. Come on. How do you do the clouds? That's the, or the sky. You can do like kind of a, the horizon is really bunched up further away, but as you get closer and closer, you can see it's bigger and bigger clouds. Something like that. Or maybe I'm just overthinking it. Bring the whole thing down. Something like that. Yeah, I think I've overthought things on the clouds here, the cloud layer. And presumably there'd be a title up here, you know. So what does that leave us? Never mind me, I'm just doing the Rule of thirds. Rule of thirds is how we can sort of, I hope, fix the composition. Put them over here. Put them over here. I'm not sure that worked. Over here. Let's make him even more menacing. We'll just give him the open mouth. Rah! That's how you know he's really dangerous. And I'm not 100% sure from the specs that I got if the game takes place on Earth, that I want to make it look like the Southwest, I would think. So maybe some desert mesas or something up here. This thing is wrong. I know it's just sitting perfectly over the focus point, but I don't know, that's kind of an idea. All right, let's keep it going. Let's just see what we get. We're going to go ahead and try and ink this, or begin inking it. Now, this inking might become the new pencil layer if it doesn't work out very well. And I've gone with this kind of heavy black outline. I saw a picture of a fish that reminded me of this, like a grouper. I thought that looked like an alien mouth. All right. And this is some kind of respiration mask the alien has to wear. Shout out to Zoe Late Night, I think it's Zoe Late Night, said if you were having artistic issues, it could be Mercury in retrograde. Now, I'm not sure if I actually do believe in all that zodiac stuff, but I'm definitely been having issues. Maybe there's something to it. All right. This is what it looks like without the pencil. Hang on. I think the noise in my brush is working against me instead of for me right now. I gave him the three-fingered alien hand. I think there should be like, I don't know. I might have to like study some of H.R. Geiger or something, you know, to get that bony alien look down. Sort of crab-like chitin. Hey, no problem. Take your time. No. Whenever you are ready. I know it's like early morning there, or mid morning. I don't know. As I've often said, science has not yet figured out a way to tell what time it is in another part of the world based on one part. I know that we have Greenwich Mean Time, but you know, science. What I'm really saying is I don't know how to do it, despite having to take a class on it when I was in the military. Zulu time. There's something going on in the sternum area. Maybe he's got some kind of alien technology. Or something. I'm buffing out my line weights here and just bumping them out a little bit. That was a non-existent line weight in there. Oof. Should he have some kind of like equipment belt? Or like... This is meant to be an alien pilot of some kind. Line weight was too heavy. If I'm gonna thicken out the line weight, it should be down at the bottom. Yeah, something like that. Oh, got sloppy at the end. Like when you have the predator aliens, like how do they have nets and They're hunters, right? That's their whole thing, is going on safari. Something like that. I don't know. Maybe I should do like a slight digitigrade foot thing. Trying to figure out how this strap thing would work out. All right. I can't help but wonder if I want to do something else with the top of his head, or I don't know. Some kind of radio thing or antenna. I don't know. Oh, this is a tough angle because it's the hand is turning. We've got this three-dimensional weapon shape. I haven't quite gotten it yet. One of the things I recommend you do when you have one of these complex shapes like this is figure out where your center lines are and your contour lines. So if that's the front of his thigh, then this would be up here. Or I could put him in boots. How does the Gorn from Star Trek look? I think I have a Gorn action figure I could check out. Something like that. I'm gonna make it match. Oh, hey, guess who's here? Hang on about. Welcome.
Hey.
It's New Year's
Hey.
Eve for me, but New Year's
Yes.
Eve morning for you, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
I'm out here having a snack, though. I was like,
Oh, take your
I'm
time.
gonna
No
take my
problem.
time. Yeah.
Certainly, no pressure. All right. Maybe he has like a backpack on or something. All right, now the tough part, the backgrounds. What did we have? Spaceships, and then sort of this. Why I oughta.
Mm.
Where did Into go? He was only here this morning. If you look on there, it was like not well. I say this morning, 9:25 a.m., which was probably like in the middle of the night for you sometime.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Who knows? Who can say? We've been on the same Minecraft server though. We've been on this multiplayer server, which has been a lot of fun. I'm debating whether I should try and do the shadows on a separate layer just in case I screw them up, which is likely.
Wait a sec. Did you just copy it? God. Maybe.
Excuse
I
me.
was like getting things. I needed the right hanger for a calendar I have bought yesterday. It was it's a calendar with a different fantasy illustration per month. Designed by Julie Bell and Vallejo.
Oh, really? I like Forrest Vallejo. Vallejo.
Bit of a Franzetta kind of type fantasy illustrator.
Yeah. He's
Cool.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think of Vallejo as being, what would you say, more fleshy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Frazetta's stuff is more bony. I don't know what's
Hmm.
the difference. That's a dumb way to describe it. I guess it may
I
not even
guess I
be
would
right.
have to look. This micronape is so cool.
But you're back on the Procreate.
Yeah, I'd like
Back on that
to.
Procreate as.
Mhm. Testing out my pen packs. Are you? Is your file like that 300 DPI?
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
So it's 300 DPI, 11 inches by 16 inches,
Mhm.
and but usually when I'm drawing on it, I'm reducing it in size so I can see the whole thing, and
Mhm.
so it's might as well be this big, right? Might as well be tiny.
Just this might not be a thing. I kind of did a lot of things like this morning where I moved my bed like
Uh-huh.
just the side so I could put a table next to it to my window. And when I was lifting the bed, I noticed a lot of cat puke
Oh no!
underneath multiple times. I guess whenever I heard my cat make like sick in the night, I knew where it was.
You
So
thought just thought it
there
was
were
just a hairball.
and it was multiple times. They're not hairballs normally, no. Also, some cushion where I knew where Beanie was. Like, oftentimes she would like because it was really hairy in one's place, and um, which is really it was really bad to discover that. But I cleaned it up. I cleaned up most of it, and then I had to go out and get some supplies, like more because I was out of sponges, and also I needed the hanger for the calendar. So I was like planning to go anyway, but then I did some vacuuming. I did some grinding like coffee beans, and I grinded some coffee beans, and that didn't wake my mum at all. Like none of those things like the walking around vacuuming or grinding coffee. It was only after I like went to go shopping that I texted her and that woke her up. But it was like late in the morning at that point. So and uneventful. And as for New Year's today, New Year's Eve plans, I'm probably gonna get some like Indian tonight.
Sounds good. We got Chinese food on Christmas Eve, I think it was.
Mm-hmm. What is the page assist might not be a thing. Alright, page assist might be good for thumbnailing. Does it have a thing in Procreate where you can select your favorite brushes? Or do you have to make a
Yes.
new one? Oh, you can.
It does, and it also has recents. If you look at the very top,
Yeah,
see that.
probably what it means.
That's the one I use, and since I already have, that's like your favorites. If you don't deliberately put them in there, it just notices the ones you're always using.
Fair enough. There's Rusty Nib. I didn't have Rusty Nib like packed for Procreate, so I bought that yesterday. I like how one of that's like fountain. Which one was it? Scratchy Nib. Fountain ink feels like real ink. Like
Yeah. I agree. At first, they looked really messy to me, and I couldn't understand like why I would ever use them. And then I said, okay, I'm just going to commit to it. I'm just going to commit to the bit. Let's just try and see what happens if we ink a whole drawing with it. And I liked it so much that I've really stuck with it since then.
Nice.
I like the. I know it's distorted, but it's a good distortion.
Mm-hmm.
Without distortion, we wouldn't have AC/DC.
Mm-hmm. Ah. Ah.
So now I'm torn on whether I should try and do this as a night scene where I could. Let's put it on its own layer.
Wait a second. Maybe I should put that over here. Clear. If
Yeah, I think we're going to try and go for the night scene. And then I can do some stars.
oh my god, this is how the chapter 3 started. Just realize. And do an overhead. Should have like undone.
Okay, let's see. So, anyways, did you know Mercury is in retrograde?
Is that like a horoscope thing? Or
Yeah,
astronomy?
I don't know anything about astrology, I guess, but there is somebody who recently followed my channel, and I followed them back, and
Mm-hmm.
they said, by the way, if you're having any art issues, you should check out Mercury in retrograde, and that might explain it. And I'm like, all right, I'll check it out. Basically, it says you're going to be artistically frustrated for a while, but it'll clear up.
Nice.
But I have been kind of, so it's actually kind of accurate. I don't know if it's astrology, really. I don't know if I believe in that stuff, but it was kind of funny.
Uh-huh.
It's like, I'll take your word for it.
I learned recently the best brush to have like do fills with is a hard airbrush one.
Hard airbrush? I'll try that out.
Yeah. Hard airbrush. You won't get the like halos when you do it.
Oh man, I hate the halos. Yeah, I have the same problem. Well,
I learned that hard way, like doing animation in Procreate. Like, oh, it's a bunch of them. One bunch of pictures and now have these, and like, oh. I almost want to do. Just overhead. Smudging.
All right. I wonder if I need to add something to make this seem like it's obviously on Earth, like an old Coke can or something, or part of a highway, barrier or something,
Mm-hmm.
like by the side of a highway, like one of those. This is an obvious problem right here. We need Lizello art here, who lives in the desert. Could tell me what I'm doing wrong. All right. Okay. So if the moon's there, that means there's shadow under the clouds.
Is this a one-off piece or a panel?
It's from a commission. If I can pull it off and get it sent, for like a fanzine sized game. It's like a little mini game that you can play, like a war game,
Neat.
and kind of somewhat based on similar to XCOM, where you have aliens landing, and then like the human team has to go and recover either the spaceship or there could be like an alien pilot on the loose. That's how it was described to me. I think my problem right now is I need stars. All right. Not too many stars. Oh no. But come on now.
Facebook.
I am not going to do. I was thinking about the 24-hour comic challenge.
Yeah.
I think Jake did it. I don't know if he did it. I don't know if he finished it. He might have. I think he sent me something.
Hmm.
Jake Twister.
Uh-huh.
I know he had plans for it. Let's do some prickly pear cactus.
I watched the anime Bubblegum Crisis.
Oh, really? Yeah, I remember
the Tokyo 2040 version, which it's pretty good. You know what the like robots are called in that one?
No.
Boomers.
Boobas?
Boomers.
Boomers. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I think it's a good name because it's like, that could be descriptive of the sound they make or their explosive qualities.
Mm-hmm. Road boomers. What was the other thing? I think it was. I liked all the like the whole visual design of them and how road boomers tend to get more like grotesque and melty, like when they turn into big monsters. And like the Night Sabers were cool. I like their suits, and the mechanics behind it. Mechanics.
Have you seen Knights of Sidonia?
No.
Oh man, that's a good one too.
Uh,
I can't remember what it's on. Amazon or I can't remember.
mm-hmm.
But if you get a chance, see that one too. That one's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. I didn't like the only thing I really didn't like was the theme song in the opening, like the opening theme kind of.
Oh, for Bubblegum Crisis?
Yeah, Tokyo 2040 versions. It's kind of the lyrics are kind of clunky to me, but the beat's all right. The beat goes hard, but I'm just reminded of like One Punch Man's opening.
Uh-huh. One Punch!
Yeah, exactly.
Those early, like, the animes that we first got, like, that were getting to see in the US, the music was, like, really weird to everybody. Everybody thought the music was crazy. Because it was it was very corny. Like, it was very, like, but it was fun, in its own way, but it was very corny in its own way, too.
I like the cool metal stuff. I didn't know that was a Japanese thing. I guess.
The first two I saw were probably Galaxy Train 999 and Project A-ko.
I gotta watch that one. A-ko.
Yeah.
Where is it? I was thinking, which A-ko? I'm thinking of I wonder if that's the show where like history is like there's like these mechs. It's like a mech anime, but it's about like a world where history has been like replaced by something, like all of human history.
I am not 100% sure on that one.
Yeah, I read it once.
Aiko, I just vaguely remember, but I remember that it's kind of like they hinted that she was really Supergirl.
Okay. Well, I'm probably thinking of something else then. Ugh. Starting off slow, we're doing it. Okay, I think page assist will be good for thumbnailing also.
It has surprisingly a lot of interesting uses. One interesting use I saw for page assist.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty cool. Let's see if I have it. I have this. This is a sketchbook, right here on my Procreate, and then page assist is just the pages in the
You have
sketchbook.
cool stickers on it. Nice.
Yeah, so there's my. Yeah, so it's like you can new page, and so those are all links. Then I have like yeah. So I haven't filled this out as a sketchbook, but it's like that's the idea though. But you can also use it for animation, and you can also use it for whatever else you want to do.
You're gonna make some digital files, like digital sketchbook.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then you could publish a sketchbook really easily that way, because you just take the pages back out. And...
Yeah, I've been kind of doing the new molds for the chess set. Some of them, I've got like 3 molds ready. I'm just waiting on some silicone to arrive. This is actually one of the. This is one of the knights. This is I think we know who this is supposed to be.
It's like the duck. Is that a duck face?
Yeah.
I'm trying to check it out. Yeah.
Mm.
Nice.
Parts of them going more simpler, and basically I want these to fit in a big enough to fit in a toilet roll, like so that I don't waste as much silicone.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I've learned not to waste so much.
You've learned your lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Stuff costs money. Even this one like manufacturer called Silly Create. They're I think over like 2 kilos it's like $99 or something.
Oh, that's too much.
Yeah. So I bought like a kilo, and I've also bought like a sample pack, and that should arrive by this week or so, maybe the next. Who knows? And I've been looking for other ways to. This is like a maple syrup pack for the next one. It's a maple syrup bottle I cut for that. Yeah. They'll fill in.
Fit the stuff.
I can put some tape around it too. I could put some like just normal see-through tape, so it'll still fill up. Oh, this is a redesign of the Buckshot Wizard. I think I like it a bit more.
Looking good. Yeah.
Guess he's an actual shotgun this time.
Buckshot Wizard as a shotgun.
Yeah.
He's a yokai.
And it fits a bit. And it fits a bit more of the the height of a bishop. Also an archetypical one.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. I'm hungry.
I may put this dude away for a second and switch to.
Do you find the first page hardest to design? I mean, you do splash pages.
For a comic? Yeah. Because and it's an inevitable, even if I've been working on the same characters for a while, that I'm going to change the design over time, and the character will look a little different between So you
Yeah,
have to be real careful about that.
just one of my regrets with Debbie is I think her eyelashes need to be a bit thicker. I think that would just. I think it would be a little bit of a because they mostly just feel, I don't know, like a missing piece almost that I've discovered. And the most like animes that I've seen have that similar design where it might be in the men too. I'm not too sure whether the eyebrows, no eyebrows, eyelashes are this thickest. It's just easy cartooning language.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you the advantage of, I guess we're just going to call it the anime style or the manga style is
Mhm.
if you only ever have to draw one style of face, you can never go wrong, and you can get really good at it, and it'll always. But the symmetry of it kind of, I don't know, it leaves me cold. I don't have any super love for the anime style. I know that a lot of people just love it. In fact, it's most people of a certain age. Like when you see their early drawings, it has definitely the anime influence. The eyes are bigger.
Mhm.
Um, I've been watching these animatics for this Minecraft series I like called Secret Life,
Mhm.
and so Secret Life is hilarious, but it's a competition. It's kind of like a battle royale, but not really. It combines elements of Among Us, where sometimes somebody's suspicious, and sometimes someone's out to kill everybody, and then sometimes. So what it is like you have 3 lives. On your first life, you're green and everyone's good, but if you get killed, then you're on your yellow life, and then if you go to red, then you're hostile. You become hostile, and then on Secret Life, you also get tasks, and the tasks could also involve you doing something kind of hostile
Mhm.
to other players. But the animatics are fantastic. Like the acting is really great, but it's all done completely like anime style. Actually, let me show you one. Let me see if I can find one because they're pretty funny. Do, 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 do. I think it's called Secret Life Rusted something. Wait. I gotta remember Rusty Courage. Okay, hang on. All right, I'm gonna look for one. Okay, let me share my screens. Okay, wait, let me stop my music here too. Stop. There we go. Okay, so it's got that. This is the animation look to me, like these characters, and you can see the two kind of chibi characters in the background.
Oh yeah.
And this character has been corrupted with what's called the boogie curse, and which makes her want to murder people on the show.
Boogie.
So hang on. Yeah, there's a boogeyman. All right,
Oh
so
yeah.
and remember, this is all done in Minecraft, and it's not acted or scripted. It's all sort of improvised, and it's also kind of like a game. So um, but there's a lot of kind of goofing around and acting in it too. So here's a bit. Let me maximize this here.
Test, hello.
Yeah, I want to get infinite because
Hi,
there's a power
Pearl.
four
Hi,
right
B-dubs.
here that I can combine in, as well as one that I can combine. So
Stinky poo-poo heads.
You guys are
Yeah.
stupid.
Mhm.
Stupid. Stupid.
they can't hear. They think they can't hear them because of the voice chat mod.
Uh-oh.
Who's speaking?
So the person I want to kill today? This guy?
Somebody said it's stupid. Like they did my
I have.
Jen, I have your thing. Here you go.
Oh, thank you so much. You're so helpful. I love you a
Welcome.
lot. Goodbye.
You are terrifying.
Thank you.
You brought a water up again.
Ah!
I don't know.
We got this. We got this. We just need
We got this.
we
Do
just
you
need
have
like
a horse?
one more person and then it'll be awesome.
Okay. Do you have a horse?
No, I think
volunteer as tribute.
Tango.
To be a horse?
What I'm about to do, I'm not proud of. Hello, Scott.
I still can't believe how rude you were.
Quick question. I'm looking
So
for
out of
Joel.
pocket.
I dug up his wife's body, and I want to trade her spine to him.
What?
So, so there's one of the groups that was on there was they were married, right? It was like a guy and a girl, and she got eliminated, but he was still a player. And so it's Minecraft, right? So actually, what they did is they made like a little grave for her in the game, and then he went and found like a skeleton bone, and he was trying to taunt the husband, and so he brought the bone over. It's like I brought your wife's spine, whatever it was. I don't know, but it's pretty funny. I don't know. There's some good stuff on the show. We went back. This is the most recent season. We went back to the very first season, which is super crazy. Like at one point, they've all divided up into factions, and there's 2 guys in the desert, and there's like 3 or 4 people in this castle, and then there's 2 guys that have declared themselves they've declared themselves the king. They're called dogwarts, and then there's a couple of people that are trying to like play every side, like kind of join every faction all at the same time. And at one point they take the desert and they just fill it full of like dynamite. Like there's dynamite throughout the entire desert, and there's this huge battle in the desert. And then one guy has the apocalypse lever, and he throws the and the entire desert blows up. It's just spectacular. Anyways, whoops. Let me hold on. Stop screen. There we go. But the look of those animatics, though, is like it's like everybody's art has that look now. And I have to think that that's just the style, that people have. It's not my style. I don't think I could do it, and I wouldn't want to have that one anyways. But I would like to do animatics and stuff like that. I'm always going to have kind of the stodgy 80s, 70s comics book style. I think it's just the one I was.
That would be neat.
Yeah, the one I've been doing already.
I guess there's not a lot of background work in them. Like, pretty simplistic animatics.
Very simple. There's no backgrounds. Yeah.
Yeah. Used to get pretty popular that way. Oh, power through this. Trying to power through this page. Should be a nomad sculpt. What else have I done? Just not loaded. I did this over just before Christmas. I think
What is it? Let's see.
It's like a bit too.
Oh yeah. The Christmas drawing with is it animated? It like moves. Right?
Yeah. Parts of it do. How did I do this? ISO. It's really dark, bright. So check. 1 sec. ISO.
rush.
How do I change the ISO of this? Oh, is it right here? Yeah, there it is. Wait, are we on manual? Oh, you're on manual. ATV. Manual. There we go. All right. Sorry.
No problem.
All right. That was. So this is like an animation of Debbie and Lucky. So Lucky's like, I want to call it like an alien version of a turtle. And then she's a little bit different in that she has, in the last chapter, she kind of has her shell can like take you to different worlds, and sometimes. So it kind of made a.
Oh, wow.
Humor. I kind of want to make her just white, kind of albino. There's another word for like albino, but not. But she's kind of an albino, like, and it's pretty much what her species is. They're pretty much like turtles almost, except they're human in like form. They're sort of humanoid.
Which comic is it? This isn't from Santa's Secret Service, is it?
No, absolutely not. For those who don't know, I did a short story, a couple of those, where I did a story about a reconnaissance group of elf, almost like basically elf spies who go around, who like travel around the world looking for good children, naughty children, etc. They do reconnaissance. That's what I, that's how I make it out. But so I did like 3 different elves, and there's a leader, a smart, and like the plucky rookie, young rookie of the group. and they have like long age time spans, but I thought that was it was a fun story. But I did like the holiday anthology as the first appearance.
Yeah.
And then I took them to space and Cosmic Unknown, which is interesting. So this is...
I've been kind of influenced by like okay, so Oswald the Lucky Rabbit is in public domain. Pete the Cat is in public domain, and now Mickey Mouse is supposedly going to be in public domain starting January 1st, 2024. So in 2 days, you can make a Mickey Mouse comic. And I was thinking of doing not Mickey Mouse, but Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, which is lesser known. And also I wouldn't call him Oswald. I would call him something else. But I think that might be fun, like to do something like that. And so just because you mentioned that it's a lucky turtle, definitely
luck. Yeah. Yeah. Normally, her species is just turtles who like go inside their shell when they're in danger, and so they're invulnerable. But like her shell, for some strange reason, I'm gonna say like her like when you look inside, it opens out the worlds.
Oh, that's kind of cool. So it's almost like interdimensional.
Not dimensional, more like far out reaches of the galaxy. She can you can peer inside. She can kind of go inside her shell and peer into different worlds, like through some cosmic, like if there's like a pothole in like say a city, she'll like poke out of that. Like for example.
That's awesome.
I'm thinking of that. And it's one of those mysteries that I'm gonna like introduce very slowly.
I think
like
it's a
how
cool
this
concept. You
affects-
could base a whole comic around that character because they're traveling around and
Uh,
able to get into all kinds of adventures.
yeah. Well, actually, in her real life, she just wants to hold down a job while she's going to university. I'm also like community college, because, but yeah, like just to understand more about herself. I like how I did this effect. I did. I think I I got this picture from Free Picks, the layer on top. I used the layer. I
Uh-huh.
used soft light to make
Soft
that.
light.
Yeah,
Cool.
and yeah, not too bad. Why have it highlighted? And it won't appear anywhere else outside. Well, only inside the frame, because that's how Procreate Dreams works.
Mhm.
Can add more on into the background. I haven't done the performance mode thing. I haven't, because I only did a few. I only started with a few frames for to start with, like maybe 10, 15 frames, and when I move one thing just a little, it like shoots out all the way right to the end. Like when I just drag something, I was like, okay, I got a bit more work to do. It seems. That's how far I've gotten into it, but you know.
That's still pretty cool. Yeah, it takes a while to learn anything with any degree of confidence. I'm still trying to figure out Dwarf Fortress. I can't.
Dwarf Fortress.
Have you ever played Dwarf Fortress?
No, I've heard of it though. I think.
Yeah.
Dude,
No,
I had my
I've been in
cousin.
a video game mood lately. Your cousin plays it?
My cousin was over for like Christmas. On Boxing Day, he was here Boxing Day in a few days, and he bought all of us pizzas. He knew where to go for the he knew where the Domino's was where we lived, and decided to get some, like, go do some grocery shopping and also get three full large pizzas. Like,
nice.
Yeah, that was nice
Yeah.
of him. Open. Where are we? Wait, where is it? Oh, there we go. I did buy another different app. That's like called Nomad's. It's called like Nomad Sculpt. Very just simple, like 3D software. Sometimes it's just one artist I watch on YouTube who gets me into it. Gets me into the something. Just really simple. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I got into Procreate. I mean, it was JB Dell. And like once I saw what he was doing, and I don't even really like his art is very simplistic. Like it's very I don't think he's simple. It's just like, I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's graphic design type art. And but I was so impressed with how he was doing it, and I know he's a really good artist. But I was like, I got to get that. I've got to figure out how he's doing that, and that's how I ended up with Procreate. All right. I know I knew I wasn't going to be any good with CSP. I know that everybody was using CSP, and I couldn't figure it out. I had rented it, because you can buy it on a monthly basis.
Oh,
and
yeah?
I struggled with it, man. I could not figure it out at all.
It's a bit dense in terms of features, and it has some have a bit of a learning curve. There are features I like. I like I can bold. I can like outline my text very easily. Makes it easier. There's ways to create gradients, like half-tone gradients mostly for me, but I did I found this pretty useful. Fill tool is a bit more like you can't, like you have to close the loops, close like the shape you're coloring, but you can adjust the level, the amount of tolerance for like the fill tool. And you can also take it on different devices. I use it. I do it. I like can draw on my PC, tablet, or my iPad. It's a bit different on an iPad. It made a simple mode. It updated, and that can basically change the like you don't have all the like toolbox features like crowding up the space, and you can go to a better, like you can go to a more intuitive layout UI where you have your tools on the side, and it's much more simple. You know, the whole page.
I think that's what I needed when I started out, because I couldn't figure it out. There's like so many tools, and I just wanted something that acted kind of like paper, but that would give me layers. I want layers. I'm not against digital. I want the layers. But I could not figure it out. So when I saw BJ Dell do it, I was like, oh, that looks really easy what he's doing. So that was what inspired me to get that, and then that's been off to the races ever since. Also, I didn't have any money at the time too, so I put it on my cell phone plan. It was like if you go on Verizon on the website, it's like add an iPad as a perk, and I'm like, can you just get those off of the iPad plan? And they're like, sure you can. And I'm sure it was overpriced, but I still, I put the order in, and it was there 2 days later. So I was like, all right, let's do it. Anyway, let's see.
Save password, no.
Anyway,
I'm kind of happy to just chat. I'm not really kind of just being mellow and just not exactly drawing anything. Like
no pressure. No pressure.
Maybe I can show you the Starlock?
Yeah.
Yes. Show you the like figure or the sculpture I'm doing for the king himself, the Titan.
Oh yeah, you got the that's awesome.
I nailed the hair first try, and I just kept it that way. But
it's great.
The hair I have to try not to. Legs are not so great. They're kind of morph. They kind of melt into the podium. I tried to make it flatter, but hey, I think it turned out okay. I probably don't want to do a pattern on it like normal. I'd probably just keep it smooth for now. But I like how it's turning out. I'm hoping I gotta put enough. These things, if you're wondering, they're called vents. Like for the silicone, when I pour in the resin in the mold, it'll all vent out into like the main spout of it, the funnel, which is the space, and when those fill up, that'll allow like different places to be like to prevent bubbles. Well, that's just the timer, but it'll prevent bubbles from forming in places we don't want it to. Yeah, I just have to get the silicone and then tape up this so it'll just fill it in, like so I can pour enough of it in there. Pretty good.
Looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just a credible idea for a project too. Just
Mm-hmm.
what a cool idea.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, this goes.
And I'm happy to send over maybe like a packet of like finished ones to each of like 9 Volt members. That's probably a plan down the line.
Maybe down the line, yeah.
Yeah, if you're interested, of course.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to break the bank because I know that postage has gotten ridiculous for Donkulus.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, awesome.
It might be bit different here, but
it might be okay with you shipping out. It might not be as much as like us shipping to you.
I think for UK it was like not too certain. I know I kept the receipt when I shipped those books out. Probably different though. Probably need a box.
All right, let's see if we can.
What's this?
A fill. Okay, boom.
Is Pinocchio a public domain character? Probably.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Collodi. Collodi did Pinocchio long time before Disney did it. It was just a sort of a fairy tale type character. Oh,
you watch Home Alone 2? Have you watched
Home Alone 2? I have not. Well, I probably did at one point, like a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Like, basically, like the kid gets They almost leave him like at home before the kids go like on the flight. They almost leave him home, but he tags along. Only he gets lost at the airport and takes a different flight, which happens to go to New York, when he's really supposed to be in Miami with his like brothers, sisters, parents, and so they're tracking him down. They only track him down because he uses his dad's credit card that he sort of ended up with, and he has all his money, and so he is like walking around and befriends this I'm looking at a post right now. He befriends this like crazy pigeon lady. This pigeon, so this like this woman who's like feeds all the pigeons and gets this reputation of being the crazy bird lady. They kind of ended up becoming friends, and she's sort of homeless, feeds all the birds, and they spent some time together, and he gives them this brooch, but a scene earlier they were like waking up in this penthouse hotel, the Crown Plaza, I think it was, with Donald Trump's hotel.
Oh, that's for that famous scene where he asked them directions or something.
So they all reunite, and they get like presents under the tree, because the guy stopped, like the kid stopped a robbery from happening, prevented a robbery from happening, and so he donated these toys. So the owner of that establishment, he donated all these toys to all the family, but he ends up the kid gives the pigeon lady just a brooch, and that means like they each have one, and that means they're friends forever. But they fails to invite her to his penthouse suite at the Plaza Hotel, which is, now that I'm thinking about it, that's pretty funny. But I did
Well,
like the movie. I think it's a little bit. It's not as good as the first one. I think they retread a little bit, because in the first one, like there's these two home like burglars, and and the kid like sets traps trying to stop them, and they kind of did a bit convoluted in this one where the burglars are back and they try to rob like a toy store, and that rubs the kid the wrong way because he doesn't want them kids to be robbed of, like, toys on Christmas or whatever. And so he goes to his house that's like his uncle I guess rents out. But he owns the property, and it's just being renovated, and there's no one there. Everything's like covered up in paint, and he sets up traps in that place to lure the robbers in. And they're really funny. They're still pretty funny. Don't get me wrong. It just feels like the whole thing feels like the first movie, that's just a bit different. Bit of a retread.
That was a fun period for movies, though. It's like there was no message to it other than we're just going to entertain you for an hour and a half or however long the movie is.
I think it was pretty simple message and rather wholesome,
Yeah. What a great period. But is it on Tubi? Where is it? It's not on Tubi, is it?
I watched it on Amazon. I think you can watch the whole movie for free. I think you can watch the whole movie on YouTube somehow. There are versions of those.
Maybe they have it on YouTube. Yeah, I might check that out. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Home Alone 1 is probably better, but it's my opinion.
Probably. Tubi's got commercials. That's how it runs. That's how you know.
They had 3 commercials for me, like in one sitting. Like one episode of a show. So
all right.
Let's
see. Yeah, I would totally do that. I've been watching a little bit of Doctor Who. I've been playing a lot of video games lately. I'll just admit it.
Neat.
When you have your shoulder up, what happens to your neck? There we go. I think I went too heavy on her arm line weight. What if I black out the background? Oh, wait. So right there.
I might just bow out if that's okay.
No problem. I'm almost done myself.
Mm-hmm.
You have a great New Year.
Yeah, you have a Happy New Year, bro.
Happy New Year, and it's always a time for new beginnings to get the new burst of energy to refresh yourself.
I'll try to start those today. If I'm being honest, I'm gonna try to do the best I can.
Absolutely.
Anyway, man.
And
been
it's
fun.
like it's a wiping of the slate. Like you can start all over again, or you can keep the momentum however you need.
Mhm.
That's what's cool about it. All right,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
I'll see you later, man. Have a happy
See
New
you
Year.
later. Happy New Year. All right. Welcome back. You can see that I'm I'm on panel 2 of page 8. And I am in the process of blanking out or blacking out a background. She's in stealth mode, which is not really helpful since she glows with energy. Aura is a. Can you imagine if like the Human Torch had to like hide? Well, he's had to hide in his life before, even though he's on fire. It's like, oh, it's unseasonably warm in this hiding spot. What's going on? And Human Torch jumps out. That's kind of like what's going on with her. All right, there we go. That's very iconic. I like her. So I did this. I'm so proud of this. I had such a bad panel before. Let me turn my pencils back on. And then I've got this panel, and I really like her profile here. And then you can say I had her arm up, and I took the arm back down. Way better. Very. This is like. This feels 60s accurate to me. And maybe I could. I don't know. I could probably. Here's what I'm missing. I want to make it kind of flame right around the corner here. Might have to check out Home Alone. I haven't seen it, or Home Alone 2. I have not seen either of those movies in years. I used to think of those movies as kind of like standard movies. I mean, it was like those were like the video store favorites. All right, where are we? Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. I got technical pen. I'm looking at this now and I realize I don't like the line weight. How about like that? And maybe I can get closer. See, that's how it should stack. You want a nice tight stack. Like that. And I am slightly disappointed in my line weights, but I know this is against a black background, so. What happened? There's the problem right there. Okay. Okay, give it a shot. Boom. All right. And let's fix the opacity layer. 2 panels. All right. It is 7:48. I'm going to get a start on this. This is a big panel, and it's a very complicated panel, and I am a little scared of doing it. But we're going to get a little start on it. And you can see, oh no, it's really big and complicated. But, you know, it's how do you eat an elephant? You know, one bite at a time. That's where we are, one bite at a time. Looks like she's got a humpback. So if we could just get a start on this character. And this is like a box or a part of a wall that she's hiding behind. But the great thing about it is it perfectly frames this character if we do it correctly. Which I'm not saying that I'm going to do it correctly. But I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my normalist. Oof. All right. Let's take a look at her. Pencils off. All right. Now we got to figure out a way to create the maximum amount of contrast around this character. And I think the way we might do it is we might make these boxes black so that she's white and stands out in front of it. And remember, she's got this little energy aura that goes around her. But there we go. All right. One bite at a time. One bite at a time. That's how you're going to eat the elephant of this particular panel. They warned me. They said, Peter, Mercury's in retrograde. That's why you're having problems. And I should have heeded. I should have listened. All right. Something like this. Now, there's a good chance that I did this completely wrong, and my perspective is wildly off, and Somebody's gonna tell me all about it. But I don't care. I just want to make sure that I'm telling the story correctly. And I will learn, I hope, over time to improve. I drew that whole thing in the bubbles layer. Peter, why are you so dumb? That's okay. We're going to fix that. Choo-choo-choo. Cut and paste. Bring it on down to the inking layer. And there we go. So our next mission is to draw. This is a piece of machinery. And then over here, I've got some ape guys that I've got to draw. And they're small. So I can't make them too detailed. Let's take a look at the other ape guys. It helps to check your own stuff. There they are right here. They're supposed to look like it's got kind of a collar and this thing up here in the front. Like a lab coat, almost. He's also got a clipboard. Let's see if we can get this. Does that look sufficiently gorilla-esque, or in this case, chimpanzee-esque? His eye line is... Happy New Year, Jake Twister. Did you do that? Did you... 24-hour comics challenge. Did you do it? I think you did. I think you showed me something at least. Be like Jake Twister, everybody. He did it. Lost. Well, everybody loses it. That's just how it is. So everybody does their own version of it. By the way, Jake Twister, because I think it's like the guy that started it, Scott. I think it's Scott McCloud, right? I believe. I think I might be wrong on that. But like as soon as Scott McCloud did it, like a bunch of other people wanted to do it, but they all did their own version of it. So, for example, someone, oh, you've won it legit. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I haven't won it legit at all. I can't remember who the first one to do it. Like, you know, like they did it for 12 hours and then they went to sleep or something like that, or they went, you know, like, or they scripted it beforehand, which you're not supposed to do. Like, there are rules to it, but everybody kind of introduces their own rules. So my version of the rules for this, for me, when I tried to do it, was 24 hours not in a row. Yeah, it was Scott McCloud. So I would do it over like 3 days. And I did, I'll show you the one I did, or at least pieces of it. To go back a year. Not that one. Do I still have it? I gotta find it because it was. I got 10 pages. That's all I got out of it. But it was 10 pages that seemed okay to me. Not that one. Well, who knows where I put it? It's gone. Oh, here it is, Hummingbird. This is the one I did last year. So I did this. This is like last couple of days. It's a good exercise for creators. Okay, let me put that on here. I think it's a good exercise for creators that fits a certain profile, but I'd rather recommend the casual method of 12-hour sprints over 2 days. Yeah, that was my version, was 8-hour sprints over 3 days. And yeah, absolutely. So this is Hummingbird, and it's just roughs. This is the first page, and it's got dialogue and everything. Second page, third page. It had fourth page, but you definitely, you start to powder out after a while. It'll wear you out. And this is a total of 10 pages. Some of these pages I really like. Like I like this character design here. And I just killed it. Well, anyway, Hummingbird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I had 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 like planned, ready to go. Didn't make it. So let me try it again. Yeah, and some of these are pretty complex pages. Like that one's got 5 panels. That one's got 4 panels. I really like that page right there. Oh, a big splash page. This is where you can tell I'm getting worn out. It's a contest that appeals to instinct, immediacy, efficiency, while being economical. Yeah, absolutely. You could tell I was done by this page, by this splash page. Face the fury of Typhon. All right. Well, you caught me right at the end of the stream. I am cutting off at exactly 8 o'clock. Well, it's already 8:01. But please like, follow, subscribe. Definitely follow Jake Tvister's comics, which you can find on where can we find Jake Twister? Newgrounds. Find him on Newgrounds. Jake Twister Newgrounds. You just get the here it is, bone meal right here. I'll put it on here. Come on, dog. Here it is right here. But you're gonna find anything. Well, you can at least find bone meal. There we go. Jay Twister. And you can find me on Instagram on RabbitFighter13. All right, I gotta go. I've got a thing I have to do. So talk to you later. Bye now. Wait. Where's I have my ending sequence. The closer. How do we close this? I think we close it just like this.